I barely started. So far, I'm just a guy with a flashlight and my wife disappeared. Classic tale. We've all been there. I think I have talked about this, but I'll say it again. I healed my Katamari. Good. One time I got lost in the forest because I was like, oh, I'm in like this area. I met up with some guy and I didn't live too far away. So I was just like, I can just walk through this forest and I will be home. It's no big deal. And then I got lost because apparently it was not as easy to walk over as I had thought. And I just kept walking the roads and I'm like, this seems like it's the right road. And eventually all the roads ran out and I'm like, well, I think I know where I am. And looking at my phone, it was kind of like hard to figure it out. But I just kept walking and walking. And then I encountered, like, I kept walking and walking and it kept getting darker and it was kind of horrifying where it's like, am I gonna have to call someone? Because I'm lost in the forest? I can't do that, that's embarrassing. And then I encountered a lake where an old woman was bathing. And that was probably the most SCP thing I've encountered in real life. Yeah, it really is like, I don't know, I saw like someone was bathing as I was like walking, trying to find my way. And I was kind of happy, like, oh, it's civilization. But then I saw it's an old woman, and I was like, huh. And then I saw that she was naked. Aniwa? 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 We got him. And I don't know, I think back to that, and I'm just like, that's the strangest, most creepy thing I've experienced. And it could legitimately be like a horror story. I don't know. And she seemed, I don't know, she both seemed like she was, yeah, I could only think, like, is this like am I experiencing a real, like, a river nymph right now? Just, it's an old lady. It could just legitimately have been, like, I don't know, a river nymph. But I don't know. I could not sit there. You know, of course, at the time, I was kind of like, I was embarrassed, and I wanted to not make her embarrassed. But I was also so sick of walking through this forest and being lost that I had no choice. I just had to walk on and just ignore her and pretend I hadn't seen anything. And she swam back to the beach to cover herself up. But she also seemed a bit like, whatever. Like, I don't care. Like, she's only doing it because she's being modest. It's what you're supposed to do. But yeah, it turned out I just have a neighbor who lives in the forest who's a very old woman. And that's how I found out. Saw her naked. Fascinating stuff, man. Fascinating stuff. Real river nymph encounter. I need more of that. I need, like, more creepy forest encounters, but there's only one way to do it. And I don't want to do it. Apparently there's a lot of boars in my area, and I think that's kind of more horrifying. I do not want to run into a boar because they can be extremely aggressive, right? I have seen boars. I saw them, like, earlier this what was it? Earlier this summer, at the beginning of the summer. So I did see them. But that was like from a very safe distance. Where I was just like, oh, in the horizon I can see the boars and they're like eating up vegetables. Very cool. Took a bunch of pictures. Hello? What do you mean you need more forest encounters? I don't think more... Well, it's a good story, isn't it? I mean, I've had a few. I've encountered a moose in the forest. Yeah, boars are kind of scary, so I do not want to, like, encounter a boar. They are kind of cool, also. But I did encounter a moose when I was out jogging, and I did not, like, notice that I was jogging towards a moose. And we looked each other in the eyes, and then we just ignored each other, and I jogged away. And he just stood there. And that feels like more of, like, a, I don't know, cool and chilling forest encounter. Where it was like, this could have ended very badly, but you know what? We both respected each other. We knew not to mess with each other. We did it for the content. Oh man, it will be in the news. Matthias Pilhed, Swedish animator, part-time VTuber, born in the Heisei era, was mauled to death by a moose and a boar. He did it for the content. At the hospital, he said, and I'll get another monkey. Next time I'll get a gorilla. That's a weird reference. Something my grandpa did not say, by the way. He did not say that. Okay, that was when my grandpa was bitten by the monkey. And he was quoted by journalists who never interviewed him as having said at the hospital, next time I'll get a gorilla.